Let me record.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Let me know if you are able to see my PPT again.
Yes.
All right. I hope it's in full screen mode. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. Thank you for confirming. So now the third point is weak stakeholder conflict management answers. So often I see that there are people trying to bluff. Okay. Or maybe they don't have an experience or they don't have an experience having a stakeholder interaction. Okay. This is one of the very important topic, but this topic is coming from project management. But as a Scrum Master, I do interact with stakeholders. As a Scrum Master, I do encounter conflict management. So this is one area which I feel that you need to be really strong. You need to think of different situation, and you need to think what you should do in that situation. So stakeholder management, something you should try and maybe learn. It's one of the module in PMP or project management. I think you should go and explore on this topic. And similarly, in conflict management is another topic which we call is very simple to answer. But sometimes we struggle to answer very basic questions on conflict management. Again, I'm saying there is no right and wrong. It is what during that time you felt that this is the best you can do it, and you did it. You may fail, you may succeed. So this is third point which I think you should focus. The next problem, what I feel is not preparing the metrics and data driven insights. So now there are two things in this. One is that you are not familiar with your project very well. You know what's going on, but there are some data driven things, insights, which you should try and capture it. I'll show you how you can do that in next few minutes. Okay, so maybe we can discuss this like after some time. Next point is ignoring the technical tool knowledge. See, we all know, let's suppose you are working on a banking based project, or maybe you're working in a e-commerce based projects. So it's very important to know what all technicalities are there. As a scrum master or project manager, you're not supposed to be a technical person, but trust me, if you capture some of the technical aspects and if you answer it in during your interview, it will definitely help you. It will it the interviewer will feel that, see, you are quite into the project, you know all technical aspects, nobody can bluff you, and you give some value as well if you are contributing in some aspects. So you can even tell in the interview that you challenge the developer that, see, this is, you are giving a high estimation, this is not the best way to do it, there are some cases which you are skipping. I know Scrum Guide says that you should not, as a Scrum Master, you should not influence the developers in their decision making. But at least you can put your points that will help a developer or team to think from that perspective. So that's why it is very important. You need to be familiar with Jira, Azure DevOps. Similarly, if you are working where in a project where there is a DevOps, where CI/CD is there, so how CI/CD works, you should be familiar with it. It's not that you need to do the coding, but at least you should understand in the pipelines what all things are there. So even if there is one, let's suppose there is a production issue. Okay, as a Scrum Master, what you will do? You will arrange a meeting, bring developers and even the support team together, and then try to solve that issue. So you can tell the areas that maybe this is the area you can try and explore more. It can be issues at this end. So that's one way of doing and supporting using your technical and tool knowledge. The next point is weak understanding of agile metrics. So this is one point which is very important. And if you frame your answer and prepare well, okay, not only agile metrics, even the project management matrix. If you frame the answers very well, then this will make a difference even if your previous answers are not correct. But if you give a very good answer about this will give a very good impression. So this is one of the topic which I feel you should focus on this. And then overlooking behavior and leadership questions. So there are some behavioral questions in interview quite often asked, and sometimes we skip this particular type of, this area of answering questions. We feel that we can answer it, but maybe you can retrospect, you can think of different situation. How did you communicate to leaders? Okay, so identify different areas where leader ask you a question. Like maybe you're sending them some kind of report. Okay, how are you sending them? Okay, when you have a meeting with your leader, what all things they do ask. So keep a track of it. Prepare that way. Risk management and dependencies is very another important topic after agile matters, which I feel, and we often don't prepare this area as well. So in Scrum, we do not have any risk framework, but we tackle the risk management upfront. Like we do discuss in our daily stand up. We also discuss in retrospective as well. Okay, so this is how in Scrum we manage it. But in project management, we do have different framework. In Safe, we have a framework for risk. So prepare that area. It's very important. Last but not the least, not asking the right questions at the end. When you ask the right question, it shows the interviewer that you are inquisitive to know about the project. And you are, when you ask a follow-up questions like what all technicalities are there, what all challenges are there, what is your vision, long-term vision, what is the product goal, such type of questions if you ask, the interviewer will definitely have a good impression on like that you are anxious to know about things. So these are common mistakes. This is not the end. There are other areas also where people often do mistakes. So which can always you can always introspect yourself and you can improve yourself. So now coming to the next point, how should you prepare for interview? First and foremost, study theoretical concept about Scrum and project management. We already do it, but what I suggested, create your notes in short. Let's suppose you have an interview next, maybe in half an hour. What you will do? You will go and Google it. No, you have a note. Just go and go through it and just prepare. When you prepare yourself, trust me, it's in your memory and you can recall very easily. It's one of the memory technique which we use it to recall things. The more you write, the more you recall easily. Create a story about your experience. So I'll tell you how you can create your story in next few minutes. Uh, then get JD and identify important keywords. This is again I'll show you practically how you can use this one. Then create ATS friendly resume. These three things I'll cover in next few minutes. I'll show you practically how you can do it. It's very easy. You don't need to spend money. You can do it for free. Next point is check if anyone gave interview recently or any of your contact could share about interview process or types of questions asked. We do it. Google. Go to LinkedIn. See with the similar profile in that company. Add that person. Reach out to him on LinkedIn. Ask about questions and all. That person will definitely give you different tricks about it. You can also go to explore Glassdoor is another website, but you will only get about the company information in there. But I think better to reach out the person to your network about what all questions being asked. Read about the company, particularly about the values of the company, vision of the company, mission about the company, strategic objectives, the latest news, who all are the leaders, what is their vision, long-term vision of the leader. Try to explore about it, read about it, and try to answer in the way that company has mentioned in their website. It gives a very good impression. Practice by framing answers on your own. Use star technique. Star technique is very useful technique where you tell the situation, what all you did, and what is your response, and it's a technique. I'll also give you an example of a star technique in next few minutes, and then retrospect after interview. So just think, try to write down all the questions being asked. Make it a habit as a repository, create a repository of those questions being asked, and try to retrospect whether you answered that questions well or not. What was the mistake I did? Was it I should have
Answer.
this way. Sorry. Okay, if you're not speaking, can you please mute yourself? I think it's Ravi. Okay, thank you. So these are some of the tips and tricks. Let me show you some practical example how you can do it. Let's suppose I hope you know about this tool. Is there anyone who is not using this tool? Chat
Which tool?
this tool. Are you able to see my screen? Let me wait. Let me reshare my screen.
We are seeing your PPT.
Let me reshare my screen.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Are you able to see now my browser?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I hope you all know about this tool.
Yep.
Is there anyone who is not using this tool or is not aware of this tool?
He's only assistant now.
Okay.
Trustworthy.
I'm sorry. I'm having a bad throat today. So apologies for that. So now I've created a prompt. Create a ATS friendly resume for a project manager come Scrum Master role. You can modify it based on your type of role you're looking for. Maybe an engineering manager, maybe a delivery manager, maybe a program manager, anything. The resume should include a professional summary highlighting, like, I've given my 13 plus years experience, expertise in some of the skill set. Then I have given some certifications, my achievement, then some experience, some action oriented keywords, and make it bullet point to pass ATS screening. And now it will generate a resume for me. Some, at least some key highlight, it will help me. So you can reuse that, okay, and in your resume, and it will be an ATS friendly. So people have tried in past, and I see this is quite helpful. So you can reuse it. So I can share this in this prompt in chat. So just modify it, try it, and this will help you. Okay, so use this chat GPT. This is very good tool, and I think our life without is now very difficult these days. We are getting used to it, but trust me, it has lot good features which you can use in your day-to-day activities. Okay, you can also generate your CV using custom GPT. Okay, if you see in left hand side, there are explore GPT. So right now the version is 4.0, which is for some prompts, like maybe I would say, how to explain, like you have some limitation of using this explore GPT for some time. Like it will work for few prompts, and then after that you need to wait for a few hours, and then again you can use it. So what you can do is you can click on this explore GPT, search for CV, like CV writer. So this custom GPT has been added, and now you can again use this, and this will help you to create maybe a different result you might get, or maybe a better way of representation you will get. So these custom GPTs are made by developers, and then you can add that and you can try it. So I would suggest explore this. You don't need to purchase an upgrade plan. Tip number one, this CV, this will help you. Okay. Another thing is, let's suppose, very important thing is, see, this tab we know, jobs tab, you can put an alert for your jobs in LinkedIn based on the skill set you're looking for. Okay. So let's suppose I take, for example, maybe I can take this one, Optum. Okay. What I will do is I'll copy this JD and then write a prompt, identify keywords from job description. So what it is going to give me, some list of keywords. And now you can copy these keywords in and put it in your CV. So it's just, imagine this is just like a must have for CV, and that for skill set. Okay. Third thing, I was talking about this thing, star method.
One second. Sorry to interrupt,
Yeah.
Mohit.
Yeah.
So now you identified keywords from the JD. So how do you insert those keywords again? Again, you have to give another prompt.
No, no, you can just use these keywords in your CV, that these are the skill set. Under skill set you can put, or maybe you have performed these, like facilitate scrum is one keyword, so you can put this keyword in your CV in any form, like a skill set, or maybe this is one of the activity you do. So in any form you can mention this. So what ATS friendly, the company software will do, they will scan the keywords which is mentioned in the job description and see whether that is mentioned or not. If that is mentioned, I think your chance of being screened would be higher comparatively.
Okay.
Just incorporate these keywords which it has mentioned, and this will definitely help you to a certain extent.
Okay. You mean incorporate manually in the CV?
Yes, correct. And this will also help you that these are the topics we should you should prepare for interview. You might be asked on these topics.
Yeah. True.
Okay. Yeah. The next one is star method, which I was talking about. Star method is a way of answering question. S stands for situation. Describe the context or problem you faced. T stands for task. Explain your roles and responsibilities in that situation. A stands for action. It says describe the steps you took to address the challenge. Okay. And R stands for result. Share the outcome, the impact, or the key learning from that the action you applied. Example: tell me about a time you resolved a team conflict. So S situation stands for during a sprint, two developers disagreed on technical approach for an implementation, which delayed the process. The task: as a Scrum Master, my role was to facilitate the collaboration and ensure the team remained focused. Action: I scheduled a discussion, encourage both. I schedule a discussion, encourage both developers to present their perspective and use the data to guide decision making. And the result is the resolution improved team morale and reduced rework. Ensure the sprint was completed on time with 15% increase in efficiency. So this is how you can, frame it. I'll just, because I prepared it. I was reading, so I'm just sharing you as an example. So you can just like use it for your future purpose as an example. So you can frame your answer this way. This will help you. Okay. No. So now questions. Any question you want to ask?
Actually, in our day-to-day experience, we come across many things, but we don't pay attention. Or I mean, from the interview perspective, we don't capture those things and write somewhere, or then I mean, for future purpose, for reference purpose, we don't do that. That is a lesson I learned.
So
The,
see how this will help you. This will create a repository of questions. So you can this question you can use it for future purpose as well. Okay, and in industry mostly the questions are similar only. In while interviewing, they will assess on different parameters. That's the difference. Like how you answer it, whether you're confident or not. So it depends on that. But trust me, these questions will help you in longer run, and you can also share it with your friends who are struggling with the interview. So I think this was one of the strategy after I failed in multiple interviews initially, actually.
mm, okay.
So I'll tell you, I have more than 100 questions, almost I would say 150 questions right now I do have on Scrum. Okay, and this is not the end.
Okay.
Okay, you can get in number of questions. Okay, now in LinkedIn we do have a pulse. I'm not sure if you have heard or not. Pulse is something initiative from LinkedIn where they ask questions based on their internal data analytics. The questions asked in different interview, and then they ask people to answer it. Okay, and then you get a badge as well if you're continuously answering, and if your answers are liked by many. So pulse is something which I think you can get lot many questions. How people are answering. It's just like a Quora website that LinkedIn have created their own Quora where people ask question and people answer it. Any other questions?
Hello, Mohit. Yeah, this is Mahesh. Yeah, just want to know, like now, the what you have, articulated everything is everything, up to the mark. So, is that any way that management or a interviewer and a hiring, company in a unique way that how can be selected at like if you have 10 people or 15 people in a competition, what are the unique techniques that easily that can grab towards the interview that we can able to select it like faster like faster passion, like have any tips
May,
to be
may,
useful,
may I know the role you are playing right now?
like no scrum master. No,
Scrum.
I'm an aspiring, yeah, want to be selected,
Very,
I'm
very
in
good.
preparation.
You know about Agile 10 principles.
Yes, yeah.
Just remember that. In your
Okay,
every answer, fit an Agile principle.
okay,
See the
okay,
difference. And observe the top coaches in market. They answer this way
okay,
only. They give example of Agile principle in every answer. Like the
okay,
Agile principles are in tips. Like Agile principle 3, Agile principle 5 says this. So just remember that and answer it. You will see the difference.
okay, great Mohit, thanks.
I think there's a question in chat. Okay. Rahul says, one interesting question like to share estimation for feature versus user story could be helpful for Scrum Master. Okay. So Rahul, you mean to say this is one area which we should focus, or do you mean by that?
Uh, Mohit, I meant to say this could be one interesting question. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. All right. Okay. So we do have just 4 minutes. Okay. And I would request, I'll also do such sessions in future as well. So I just request if you could please fill the feedback for me. I think it will definitely, because this is for the first time I'm doing this, and this will help me in encouraging to do it more in future. It doesn't have any, this form doesn't have your personal information. It's just the feedback, so that I can improve myself next time. That's one thing. And another thing is, feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. Okay. I'm quite active on LinkedIn. So you can scan this QR code and you can connect with me. So I'm just giving few seconds. So you can take a picture or scan it and send me a request. And it would be
Sure.
great if you can write a message on LinkedIn that like we were connected in this session, so that I get to know about you. Okay. I'm also sharing my profile link on this, if by chance the scanner is not working, so that you can connect with me. I hope in this brief 30-minute session, I hope I brought some value to you all. And I would say thank you all for your time. And I think we do have 2 minutes. If anyone have any questions or feedback, feel free to share. Otherwise, I think we can close. Okay, silence says, I think.
So many topics. I mean, it's really difficult, or it takes a lot of time to prepare for interview because there are many topics are there.
There are. There are actually. Sorry, I don't know what happened, but this got disconnected. Never mind. I think someone was asking questions.
Yeah, I was saying like there are many topics, and it is really, difficult and needs a lot of preparation because we never know from which topic what